Y'all ready for this? Who's itching for some BEPRO, some PDEX, and some Polk price analysis? Raise your hand. You can scream at the screen, me, if you want to. All right, well, here we go. That's what we're going to get. So returning viewers, take a quick second. Move my wrong way. Move my fat face. Go ahead and hit the like. Leave me a quick comment, even if it's you suck, lol, you suck, you actually really do suck, no LOLs. Whatever the case, leave me a quick comment and help out the algo so I can continue making good content for you, or what I consider to be hopefully good. And new viewers, here's what you're going to get into, not just with this video, but with this channel. So you're mostly viewing crypto YouTube channels that cover project fundamentals and or news, right? So when you see those, but then you go to take action with it with your money, you still don't have an idea of what the hell you're doing. So this channel helps complete that circle of news, fundamentals, and hey, I know I have a statistical edge here when I'm clicking around with my money. That's what we're doing. This channel digs mostly into the charts, and it helps supplement your profitable crypto journey. So if you like what you see by the end of the video, also hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can stay in the know and know what the heck you're doing. Look around with your Pokemon cards. This is for this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only, because we're talking about Pokemon cards of BEPRO, Pokadex, and Polk. So with that said, let's get going. All right.
Tim, this is Bitcoin. We're supposed to be talking about BEPRO, Polk, and PDEX.
I know. But I want you to take a quick second, write these lines into your TradingView chart. And if you don't use TradingView, it is free, and you need to sign up with an email and a password. Then draw these lines in here. You don't have to make the numbers next to it or anything. Draw these lines.
But why? Why am I doing this, Tim?
Well, so my analysis, I would say, has a strong chance of these three, or has a strong chance of staying valid if Bitcoin keeps closing dailies above the middle line. So this is the top line, the middle line, the bottom line. For every dollar closer that Bitcoin gets to the top side, if I speak about a breakout on the coin, on which one of these three coins, the chance increases, right, that coin will break out. If I talk about a breakout to the upside of one of these three coins, for every dollar closer that Bitcoin gets to the bottom line, right, then the chance of that happening reduces significantly. For every centimeter or inch or dollar, however you want to say, for every $1,000 closer that it gets, the chance significantly decreases. So you need to use the Bitcoin chart to interpret my analysis. My analysis is covering from here to there because I have the opinion or the analysis that Bitcoin will do that. But if my Bitcoin analysis doesn't pan out, which happens a lot, then I need you to logically think, hey, wait, Tim said this about Bitcoin versus, the coin I'm following the most, which is BEPRO, Polk, PDEX, whatever. Hey, well, I'm telling you this now. So you don't say, you said it's going to break out and it went down today. Well, also Bitcoin closed here, so I already have my bases covered. So I need you to write these lines within your TradingView so that my analysis is more comprehensive, right? And it follows Bitcoin price, which these three coins are pretty related to Bitcoin price, especially BEPRO. So let's start with BEPRO. BEPRO really is moving a lot with Bitcoin. So what you have here on BEPRO is this. Really, it's the weekly chart that is in play right now. And it's the EMAs, the 21. So here's what's going on. BEPRO, bare naked EMAs. BEPRO front ran this bullish cross. When red goes below, that's bad. When red goes above yellow, that's good. But people got the signal, hey, these are crossing on the daily. So let's mark off where this crossed on the weekly, roughly, if I can do that. So make a circle. Daily probably crossed before that. Let's go to the daily. Where did the daily cross? Before it, right? So people front ran this cross by using the daily cross, really. And so this is often a good signal, but the weekly is a more powerful one. So what happens when a cross on the weekly is front run? Well, you often come back down to the EMA was crossed to check it before. So guess what? Be front run, come back down. And honestly, what I tell my community a lot is a retest of a bullish cross. If you miss this one, who cares? Often this one's even better. Because assuming that you thought you're going to get continuation and never sold, right? In this one, you typically get even more continuation than that. So that's what's happened with BEPRO. It's not that big of a deal. if you are a daily chart fan, well, you can interpret all this in a different way. So bullish cross, good. Bearish cross, bad. But why is price action down here not so bad? Here's when you have a bearish cross that fails to get continuation, right, and you don't make a significant move, and you can hang out for about about a week down here without continuation, what happens? People who were selling this cross are called sellers. However, they see that continuation didn't happen, and guess what they're going to stop doing? They're going to stop selling, and when they stop selling, that means they become sideliners. But some of those sellers, right? Some of those sellers who see that there's no continuation, so why keep selling, right? They'll instantly become buyers again. And that can make price really start taking off. Does this cross, and then you get the bullish cross, and then the EMAs actually go higher than what here, which means price goes higher. So that's what's going on with BEPRO. When you'll get a cross, so what could happen if Bitcoin stays sideways, you can just get a barely cross and both EMAs just kind of ride together. That could easily happen. Something like this could happen if Bitcoin's maintained sideways, but I do assume that that you're going to get some since you didn't get continuation to the downside. I would say I safely assume it's going to bounce here, assuming Bitcoin stays above the point. That's what's happened to BEPRO. Let's move on to PDEX. I think PDEX, it's honestly the same analysis as I had last time. I'll use a different EMA. I think I was using the 12s or something like that, or maybe even the 55. So let's check in on the 55. I think it needs to get within 14% or something. So let's take off price. Yeah, so the 55 probably needs to get to the same level as it was here or slightly higher if you're going to get a breakout, and it's not quite there. But it is staying strong and it's consolidating up here. So that, I mean, there's nothing bad here. It just needs some more time to move sideways. And honestly, what's probably going to happen is price is probably going to hit my projector here. That is going to be a perfect higher low structure. It might only hit the top side, then break out, which means this blue line comes up to here. It wicks down to touch it, then it takes off. But I mean, I'm still looking. I mean, this might not break out for a good 20 days. This might move sideways. And within that 20 days, you might have a fake out to the upside, then it comes right back down and touches that line. That could happen as well. But honestly, I do hold PDEX. Not a ton of it or anything like that. But I would be rooting for sideways consolidation, even if it means something like this here, breaks back down, gets back up, something to that effect, or it just could keep bouncing around. But sometimes that's the least likely because stuff is volatile. But if Bitcoin moves sideways, this could do that, or it could break up, consolidate, break back down, and then take off, or it could break down, come back in, move sideways, pop up, consolidate under the top line, go like that. One of those three is likely going to happen, assuming Bitcoin stays in control. But this simply needs more time. You can just look at the daily 55. Daily 55 is under where the daily 50, the blue line got up here. It's the likelihood of it breaking out as much. But once it crosses that line, every day that it stays, the blue line stays above where the blue line was horizontally here. For every day it stays above, the likelihood gets greater that you're finally going to get a break above this horizontal, which this horizontal resistance is coming in right at 24.55. That's what we got for PDEX. Let's go to Polk. And so actually, look, remember how I said PDEX will move sideways and maybe only touch the top end of my projector, then break above the resistance? Look, resistance, resistance. It popped above, failed, hit the very top. So honestly, PDEX might move the same way. Look at that. It hit the exact here. Let's zoom way, way in. Look at this. I drew this projector before it hit it, but I told my community it's gonna hit somewhere in here. Did it go deep in there? No. That's not what she said, but it didn't. But it did. It hit it. So, and this honestly, this could be exactly what PDEX, especially if you get a breakout and then Bitcoin starts moving sideways, it could consolidate, hit it again. But honestly, Polk might be, just like 2-3 weeks ahead of PDEX, something to that effect, because it did consolidate for quite a while here. I mean, this is really, really solid consolidation here. So consolidating from maybe this point to that point, 40 days. Let's go back to PDEX, see how long it's looks like every bit of 28, 30. So it might be 2 weeks ahead, something to that effect. So let's take a look. This looks pretty healthy. So remember when I said if you fail to get continuation to the downside after a bearish cross? So you see anything familiar with this? Look, just like BEPRO. I mean, honestly, the EMAs look identical. Watch. Bullish cross, good. Bearish cross, no continuation. Down, sellers became buyers, and back up. BEPRO is like right here. And I'm probably going to do something similar. So my BEPRO analysis, honestly, is what PDEX has exactly. And what is Bitcoin doing? Moving sideways. And what did I say that BEPRO might do if Bitcoin moves sideways? It's probably going to break above, recross, then move sideways. Exactly like this. So this is just like several days ahead of BEPRO, really. So honestly, Polk might be your indicator for both BEPRO and PDEX. It's ahead of both of them, right? And so what this coin has done might be very similar to BEPRO on the EMA basis, but structurally more similar to PDEX because you have this fat horizontal stop and stuff. You could use this as essentially an indicator for both those other assets. Honestly. So if Bitcoin can stay above the middle point of control, this will either move sideways and start inching up. For every dollar closer to the top end of the range that Bitcoin gets, you're going to have pressure up on Polk to get above here and start moving up to the next resistance, which I do reserve those profit-taking targets for my community. And again, links to my community down below. Go ahead and check that out. And if you go to the front page of my Patreon community, so you know what you're getting into before you do it, I give you exact examples. Like you can hit a link that goes to a Google Doc so you can see real live examples of what I've given for each tier, different things for each tier, before, so you can determine, hey, is this guy's, is this blonde head dorks community worth joining? There are real examples on there, so go ahead and check that out. But honestly, I see this consolidating and moving with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes sideways, Polk will probably go sideways. If Bitcoin starts moving up, this is going to start moving up. It's moving with Bitcoin. But the price action right now is very, very healthy. It's going to get hot when it starts getting hot. It's just so especially since I'm not going to profit taking targets with this. So if you liked what you saw here today, then go ahead and if you're new, go ahead. I did leave the sign on. So annoying. Sorry. Then go ahead and hit subscribe and go ahead and hit subscribe and let me know whether you want to be a cryptillion or a crypto crackhead. And if you are returning and you haven't hit like, go ahead and take a second to do that and give me a comment below, even if it's a fireball or a smiley face or whatever. Help out the algo, and we'll see y'all next time. Y'all just got typified.